Just to preface, Great Escape is unique in the Six Flags chain in that we really promote a holistic family experience. We have a lot of rides for younger kids as well. I think it's a great park to have, especially in our day today where kids are looking at their cell phones all the time. Sometimes they're away from their family. And again, they spend more time with their electronics than they do with their actual parents. But as all of us know here, you can't have a cell phone on while you're riding a roller coaster, right? A roller coaster happens in reality, and that's something great. I think that Six Flags and any amusement park offers. Just like great bonding experience with kids, with your family, and even just for a day, just be united, away from everything else. So this year, we're going to continue that by adding another new upgrades to the park that include great attractions for families and for younger kids. So coming to the Great Escape in 2019, and also before I do this, again, my name is James. I work in the sales and marketing department at Six Flags Great Escape. I've been there for about a year now. Love my job. I actually worked there in 2010 as a ride operator and park service host. Went off to college, did some Catholic mission work for a while, and then caught the amusement park bug at a young age playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. So all of you guys have 2 hours a day. So I knew I wanted to go back to Six Flags and kind of living the dream now, being able to present all the new stuff that we have this year for you guys to enjoy. So without further ado, here we go. So, yes,
and you're an ACE member.
And I'm an ACE member. Yes. Thanks to my mom. Actually, if it wasn't for my mom, I would have never gone to the Great Escape. At least not as much as I did. She got me a season pass, my whole family season pass when I was in first grade. So there it is, ACE member. Thank you. So, as all you guys know, Six Flags does gives a new ride attraction to each of their parks every year. And this year, we are expanding our water park to have the Hurricane Harbor brand name, like a lot of the other Six Flags parks. And we're also introducing a brand new ride, Bucket Blasters, this year. I'm sure you guys have seen this. There's larger versions at our other Six Flags parks, but this one is a great ride by Zamperla. Again, great for younger kids. Also with the water park expansion, we are expanding into the former Wiggles World Kizopolis area, which, in my opinion, is a really great move. It was kind of a dead-end section of the park, but as you'll see later, with this addition, we're actually including a staircase that's going to connect that section of the water park to the upper section of former Splashwater Kingdom. So we're going to have a great throughput of traffic. And along with that as well, we're going to be freshly painting all of our water slides that are currently in the park. So Black Cobra, it's going to get a new name. It's going to be painted nice, bright, and yellow colors. The water slides on the side that kind of had a loose skiing theme are now going to also be colorful as well. And then we're also just introducing a lot of new theming to kind of bring that Hurricane Harbor atmosphere to the forefront. And we're renovating some restaurants and retail stands in the Lurk Park as well. So, some of you guys may have seen this on different forums, but we've got some cool pictures here of what the water park's going to look like. See, we have the nice Hurricane Harbor portal right there. How many of you guys have been to the Great Escape before? All right, I'd like to see that. Yeah. Most everybody here, that's great. This is going to be going right in front of, so this is where Kizopolis was, right here. The former portal for that is right here, and it's going to be out in front a little bit. So there's going to be a clear entrance to the water park now, which is great. And then we've got some new signage here for our newly themed rides, the Bucket Blasters, some directional signs. Here's a site plan as well. Here's that new staircase I was telling you about. So There's the entrance to the water park. You're going to enter through here. Here's Bucket Blasters right there. Another new kids area, Shipwreck Cove, right there. And then the planes, the zoom jets. In the original plan, they were going to be kind of sectioned off, but in this plan, they're actually part of the water park. I don't know if this is the way it's going to stay, but as of right now, the plan is to have this be a wet attraction where you can wear your bathing suit. It's kind of cool, and then you'll also be able to wear your bathing suit on the Bucket Blasters as well. So, fun tidbit there. Here's some more theming. We're going to have a big shark, 25-foot shark photo op. A lot of the water parks in the Six Flags chain have that. And then again, we've been like finding these boats. And one of the boats that we found we're going to insert at the Captain Hook Adventure River as more theming. And then the Lumberjack restaurant down in Lower Splash Kingdom will get a new theme as well and be called Tidal Wave Cafe. Another great thing about that too, food, right? Always long lines. We're hoping to just lower the lines a lot this year, especially at this location. It's going to be sort of a cafeteria style, which we found the throughput is a lot greater than, say you go up to a counter, order, wait, and then pick up your food at a different area. Like it's just continuous flow. So that's the way that this is going to be. Really excited about that. This is kind of cool. This is Bucket Blasters, and I think this is a video. You can see it in action. Oh. No. It's going to work for us today. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, video is unavailable, but you can kind of picture what they do: spinning around and squirt guns going. So here we go. So the Bucket Blasters, great. So here's some cool behind-the-scenes things that are going to be happening at the Great Escape this year. Some initiative that Eric Gilbert has continued. A great initiative is upkeep on the Comet. So every year, yes. Awesome. This is the ground we left at the Great Escape. I think a huge reason why it's still on the map today. So each year we choose a section of track to redo. So this year we're going to be doing the station through to the lift hill. So that's going to be great. Have new boards and everything on the Comet. We're also adjusting Grease Lightning. Right now, and I think at all the other Six Flags parks too, the Larson loops have 2 trains, but we're actually sectioning it off into 3 sections now to increase the ride experience, a better ride experience, make it smoother, and probably a mechanical thing too, just to become more efficient. Also, I'm sure some of you guys have heard bobsled was closed a lot last year. We had some maintenance issues there. However, we have assessed all the issues, and safety is our #1 priority at Six Flags, and something we are doing to increase throughput on the bobsled and keep it open more often is replacing the axles, which we found was one of the issues with it last year. And this is also going to allow us to run more cars as well. The Canyon Blaster frames are also going to be brand new this year. And then we're also replacing the brakes on the Boomerang. And I did ask my manager, he doesn't think they're going to be LIMs or magnetic, but they are being replaced.
Do you have a second frame?
that would be quite a feat if we could do that.
Everybody can do it Six Flags.
Also, to continue with some general improvements, the Raging River boats are going to be refiberglassed, I believe, and the rafts updated. Sasquatch seats are going to be upgraded to have seat belts. Giant wheel drives are going to be replaced. Condor drives are going to be replaced. The River D upgrade, so if you guys are familiar with the park, the River D is that natural stream where the swan boats are that runs through the whole park. There is a little bit of erosion on the sides of the stream, on the bed, so we're addressing that and updating the stream bank. Something new this year as well as park-wide Wi-Fi. So that's something that will also allow us to have mobile dining. So this is pretty cool. So like I was saying before, we noticed that lines, especially at our food locations, are extremely long. And a great way that we're going to address that is by allowing you to actually order your food on your mobile device. And this is going to be something that's going to be throughout the Six Flags chain as well, and something that I'm personally really excited about. I think it's going to be great, great addition to the park. Also, I think probably some of you insider guys probably are aware of this, but we're upgrading our parking sign as well. Just at the main entrance to the parking lot, there's most likely going to be an LED screen on it, and then have our new park logo there as well. And finally, some more general park improvements include the Route 9 fence. So if you guys have been to the park recently, you'll notice that nice fence in front. It's a nice iron fence, but it's been rusted out, mainly due to salt, like salting the streets and everything. So we're getting a brand new fence. It's going to look great, and it's going to be awesome because it's one of the first things you see at the park, and we want that to be beautiful when guests come into the park. So, and that is all. I am happy to answer questions about the Great Escape, and I can do my best to answer questions about Six Flags New England, but again, Great Escape is my home park, so yes.
So that entire bottom water park section, that's all themed to kind of like Paul Bunyan and all that. Is that all getting rethemed this year, or is it just the cafe?
Yes, it's going to be a full retheme, and a great thing that I've seen Eric doing and the whole team at Great Escape, we do a lot with a little. We're a smaller park, yet we are, it's one of my favorite Six Flags parks. We don't necessarily have the bigger capital there, but it's a unique experience. Again, like I said, we're great for families, great for kids. And we have all the Storytown kind of memorabilia there, but also paired with Six Flags. So again, the additions, it's not a huge roller coaster coming this year, but we are really investing in the theming. A lot of paint, a lot of renaming, all that. So, yeah.
I actually, I haven't gotten to visit your park yet. It seems very nice.
Yeah.
But what I'm wondering is, do you have like anything around Comet, like any kind of memorabilia or any kind of signs that tell people about its history as the Crystal Beach cyclone?
We do. Actually, there is an ace plaque there. It's a landmark, and I think there's a blurb on there about its history. We also have a sign in the station that has a picture of the cyclone, and a little brief snippet on the history there too.
Okay. Are you thinking maybe during Fright Fest you should put a nurse's station?
A what?
You could, during Fright Fest you could put a nurse's
A nurse's
at the
station.
exit.
That's a fun idea. I know. What was it? Actually, speaking of kind of funny Fright Fest ideas and stuff, something that I get a kick out of. There's our Sky Coaster, and on the entrance to the Sky Coaster, they always put a skeleton with a Sky Coaster vest on it, and like plastered against the building and it fell off the tracks. All right, what other questions? Yes.
I know you used to have a dive show there, and you still use that as a stage.
Yes.
Do you know if that stage was specifically built so that you could bring back the dive show at a future point, or?
At this time, there are no plans to bring that back. We are looking into new shows right now. Some of our shows are definitely going to be there next year, like our dance party. But as far as other kind of street shows and the dive area, that's still being decided by our entertainment department. So. Yes.
There was a blueprint put into the city to add in a path to get down to the Zoom jets. I'm assuming that's not approved yet, but where exactly are you hoping for that path to connected. Looks like it's like ahead of a building or between buildings.
Right, right. So, yes, in the original plan, that path was there, and there's like a little radiator just behind those restrooms. So we were planning on taking that out, moving it, and then putting the path in there, and keeping that a dry ride. But right now, like I mentioned, the plan is actually to keep that entire area as one, and include the Zoom jets in the water park at this time. So.
Are y'all bringing back, or because I know y'all just rebranded Six Flags name onto the Great Escape. Now I want to know if you're gonna bring back the DC characters.
Oh yeah,
name,
Looney Tunes and everything.
or bring back to the park.
Right, great question. The licensing is great, and I love Looney Tunes. And at this time, again, Great Escape is a Six Flags park, but it isn't branded Six Flags Great Escape, at least at this time. So there aren't plans at this time to have the Warner Brothers characters there this year, but who knows what can happen in the future. So, yes.
It's been 2 or 3 years since I was last at the park, but is the enclosed coaster still sitting in that building? Is the building even there?
The Nightmare?
Yeah.
The enclosed coaster, the Nightmare is no longer in there. And we're using that as storage and then also Fright Fest haunt.
I guess scrapped a few years ago. Yeah, it was scrapped.
I wonder where the metal is.
Yes.
Do you ever run the trains over there? I noticed not have a train anymore.
Like the Storytown train?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like, don't you have tracks that go like all around in the back behind the boomerang?
We did actually, yes. So we have a Storytown train that is still there and kids love it. I've ridden on it, it's great. So that's still operational. We used to have a Ghost Town train as well, but that was 15 years ago before the Canyon Blast. Yep.
In the back of the Storytown train, when you're riding it, I noticed it's like abandoned walkways and all that. Is that ever going to reopen?
So you're talking about behind the log, the log flume area? So all of that is actually used for maintenance. Some of the maintenance crew actually has their offices back there. Right now there aren't plans to make that a section of the park or expand the public viewing back there, but again, things can change in the future. So.
Any plans for an ACE outing at the Great Escape this summer?
Actually, thank you for mentioning that. I have been speaking with Wade Abbott, the regional rep. We had a conversation right before Christmas and plan to pick that up again. We were throwing around some dates and possibly doing something with Seabreeze Amusement Park in conjunction with them. There isn't anything finalized right now, but I will be in communication again with Wade about that and be sure to give you the updates on any events happening.
So I asked Wade if he was coming today, that you were going to be here. So don't know,
Yes.
I talked to him.
Yeah.
But I asked him anyway.
Yes. So yes, we are still planning an event. So. Yep.
The one thing I noticed when I was there back in October is that behind Pandemonium, where I forget what your flying scooters are called, I believe they're the Flying Eagles or something like that.
Eagles, yeah.
Right, kind of where their queue lines are, there's a really bad dead end right there. Do you think there's any chance of like making it so you can actually get around through there?
At this time, no, because the Pandemonium queue is kind of, it's just adjacent to the Screaming Eagles, and they're, yeah, it's kind of awkward, I know, but there aren't plans to change that at all, so. Yes?
So, a few years ago, I don't know how many years ago, but so you know LaRonde?
Mm-hmm.
There's a ride there called Ednor. I found out that it was actually
yes.
stored
Yeah.
at Great Escape
Yes.
for like 2 years. Oh, why was it stored at Great Escape instead of LaRonde if it was going to LaRonde?
Great question, and I do not have the exact answer for that, unfortunately. That was before I started working at the park. Yes.
Is there like any rides that you have in storage that used to be at the park that could possibly be coming back? Like I know you used to have the dark ride. Any chance of that coming back at any point?
Yeah, well, it would be great to have a dark ride at the Great Escape again. I love the Tornado. Again, We do have a lot of rides back there, and occasionally we do bring parts of them out for different events that we have, like Fright Fest. We try to use some of that stuff. We brought back the Blue Goose a while ago, which was a ride in storage. I know we still have the parts of Tidal Wave from the former Astro World back there, but again, at this time, no plans to, at least this year, to bring anything like that back. So.
Astroworld might be coming back. Travis Scott said in an interview that he wants to help bring it back. So you might be seeing another Six Flags park in a few years.
So time for two more.
One more question?
One more question.
Anybody? Anybody? You're off the hook.
Great. Thank you so much.